here. Okay. Hello, DeBuzzard. How are you, mate? Lovely, lovely rhubarb pie. Look at that. Well done, mate. Hey, very good. Great effort, mate. Oh, mate, and homemade. Can't beat it. Alright, let's get this garden done, eh? Why is it only on 720p? Oh, that's because it's on the computer. Having lots of... Hey, Swamp Rat, how are you, bud? Mate, having heaps of problems with the new Twitch app since the, upgrade, you know? Or the, what do they call it? Update. Thank you very much. 10 viewers in here. Let's go and get some shoes on that don't have a spider in them. Now, a couple of things, famo. Hello, little bronze wings. We got a family of bronze wings in here that try and avoid the hawk. Poor thing. Right, let me just get this up on the tablet. I'm hoping that ibis stays away, fam. It's causing me heaps of grief, this stupid bird. It's already stomped over all of our new, seedlings and everything that have come up where the onions are meant to be. I'm going to have to reseed them if it gets any worse. Rightio. Pretty bad last night, Swampy. Very bad last night, but I think I'm over the worst of it. I finally got it to scab. So what happened was last night, we've got a special cream here that we call Betadine. That's antibacterial, anti-everything, right? And I was using that, and it was like drawing the infection to the surface. And it finally sort of got it, but... Now, what's all this stuff here? Alright, now remember a while ago when I said to you, you can get greens in your garden pretty easily by making a little wire cage and using wheat? Awesome. Yeah, thanks. Thanks Australis Fishing for subscribing to Australis TV. Oh, don't do that. Right. So, chook, chook, chook. So what I did here is, remember when I seeded the chook, 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 chook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Chook, chook. And I seeded all this wheat. Ta-da. There you go, girls, greens. So what you do is you get in there before it pushes out the wheat, right? And then what they've got, okay, is they've got a good source of greens, okay, and wheat's one of their favourites. A little bit of a ASMR chicken machine gun feeding. There you go, girls. Say hello to everyone. Okay, don't hit the microphone. Okay. And what it does, it's just a really cheap way, if you're going through the dry months and that sort of stuff, right, to get some greens in the garden. The other thing is too, because the wheat's germinated, I'll eat the seed as well. And as you can see, you can actually get a lot of, sort of green in a small area. See the red ones standing on everything, so the others don't get it, the bitch, right? So all I do is just go down to Coles and buy a little $3 bag of wheat, and then what I can do is just turn it into green feed like that for him, you know. And it's just a really cheap, easy way to do it. I've been doing that for years. The more chickens you have, the bigger the area. So what I'll do now is today, when I go down to the shops after the stream, I'll get another 3 kilo bag. I'll do another 4 or 5 wire cages up, right? And I'll yeah, I know what that's from. That's from the passion fruit. Excellent. Yeah, and away we go. See, because you've got to have a fair bit of green feed for chickens, as well as, you know, your normal feed. And that's just a really cheap, easy way to do it. And then usually you can do it off a fortnightly cycle. So what that means is, you know, you can seed the wheat seeds. I don't think that white chicken's too well. A lot of the chickens that I bought the first time aren't that healthy, because I don't think they got the worm treatments into them and that sort of stuff. And as you can see, they're quite happy and quite content because they've done a great job. They've already stripped. Remember how many weeds we had here? They've already stripped all the weeds in the garden. Look at that. There's nothing left. Right. Okay. Hey, Capone. Well, Swamp Rat, go and Google whitetail spider Western Australia, mate, and have a laugh. Yeah, for about 3 hours last night, it felt like someone had hit me in the foot with a baseball bat, mate. So, you know. Off your Trinidad scorpions, they're tough. Right. That's eggs of some sort. Oh, we've had something lay eggs in here. Well, they need to get sprayed with some pyrethrum. So there you go, people. Just little things like that that make all the difference, you know. The other thing is too, remember all the broccoli that we transplanted the other day? Because we've been planting it on the full moon, see how they've all taken? Because they're getting as much light, well, not nearly as much light, but enough light at night to keep going. So not one of these have fallen over. See, look, they're all beautiful, upright, pushed out the first set of leaves. So, yeah, that's the red cauliflower, sorry. I've got the red cabbage over there. You can tell this is cauliflower. See how the leaves are longer? Cabbage leaves are round. And now that I've said that, that'll probably end up being cabbage. Right. Yeah, and look, mate, like I said to you, Swampy, it's just, this is just, you know, basic gardening, mate, you know. Now, people, the other thing is too, right, I'm going to let you know now, we've got a heap of new content turning up on the fishing channel, just waiting for a bit more rain to get into the rivers. But we've had a big problem with, water and that sort of stuff. Right down south, everything dried out. I think everything nearly died. Okay, so what we've got left now is we've got 3 plants to put in. Yeah, ads. Look, mate, like I said to you, bud, you know, 2 things I've done in my life, not too bad, is gardening and fishing, mate. That's sort of basically all I really know, bud. So I'm not really going to try and be live streaming something that I'm not, you know, full bottles on, mate, if you know what I mean. So what we'll do, people, is the other thing is too, as soon as the rains come, we've got some absolutely stunning seedlings coming out today, fam. Right, so what I'm going to do is, now, that's the red collie. So, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. See these holes? That's all the ibis. That's the ibis that did that, the bugger. 2, 3. It's ripped out fish scales, fish heads, everything. I didn't even know they ate fish. Whoops. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So people, as you can see, you don't upset them, mate. Don't upset them, Eds. So see that there? See how that's the shape of the old style seed pods? Right, that's perfect for transplanting the plants. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, whoops, 2, 3. Now this is the shady section of the garden. That's why I don't think the old passion fruit's doing too well there. But anyway, so let's just have a look for a second. So we've got 3, 6, 9, 13, 16, 23, 27, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, whoops, 41, 42, 43, 44. Right, so what we're going to do now, right, I've got a heap of silver beet down there. What we'll do is we'll plant the silver beet down in this bottom bed because it'll need the light. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to 3, 6, 9, 13, 16, 20. We'll do 23 broccoli, and then we'll do 3, 6, 10, 13, 17, 20, and we'll do 20 of the red cabbage. Okay, so then we've got 3 different veg in here. They'll be ready, what are we now, May, so June, July, August. They'll be ready September. These ones shouldn't be too far away, but the broccoli seems to grow quicker than cauliflower anyway. Hey Carl, how are you, bud? No, I just use garlic for vampires, mate. People wonder why I grow it. Right, so just excuse me for a second while I grab the seedlings. You know, the other thing is too, people, look at how green these plants are, right? And we're in May. That's how unseasonably hot this winter has been. The only concern is, obviously, flipping parrots, they're going to die. They are going to die. Right, the only concern is if we get a frost. But I'm confident this year that we shouldn't get a frost. And as soon as you say that, it happens. But what we'll do is we'll try and nurture these. If I can get these little Thai chilies, and these are hot, people, whew, they were good. Right, if I can get these Thai chilies to winter over, next spring they're going to be about 4 foot high. These are going to be a bit bigger as well. And then what I can do is I'll have this bottom garden bed ready. The rhubarb have come up beautifully. All the strawberries have taken, everything, people. The garden's good. I've just got to go through today and turn the soil over in here before we plant the silver beet. So just give me a second. Alright, what do we got here? We've got some absolutely stunning broccoli. Look at that. There it is. Hello, bud. Oh. I wish everything grew as good as it. One thing that this soil type can grow, people, right, is broccoli. For some reason, it just grows really well in here, you know. And then what we can do obviously is just feed what's left over to the chooks, which is probably going to be most of this side, because this didn't come up too well because of the lack of sunlight, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so don't ever think that you're wasting seedlings, because you're not. You've got to germinate them to see which ones are the biggest, right? And the chickens will gladly eat them anyway. Now I've got to hurry up here, people, because I can feel a little bit of cold coming through, which means that the rain's not far away. So the other good thing about this is you can put away the sprinkler now till about September. Ooh. Carl, how are you, bud? Yes, not on the old channel though, Carl. Right, so here we have the broccoli out of the seed bed, and as you can see they're quite big. Right, now let's see what we've got here, eh? Right. I always like to plant the veggies quite deep. Right, it just gives them a bigger root ball. Right, these are too wispy. That's not going to be any good. That's a good one. And see that? Straight in. Once again, we just feed this to the chooks. They'll appreciate it. All right. And this is your typical seedlings that you get from home, people. See that? Such a big, beautiful seedling. And look at the root ball on the bottom on there. And see how all the dirt's trapped around it as well? That shows that it's grown up pretty well. Okay. And like I said to you, this is just from seed and using the, there we go. Great. Now that's the first three. Just to give you an idea, right, of what you'd like seed here. See how we've got a few different seedlings, right? I would only use these two out of this. See how these are thinner? So these are the stronger ones, okay? Here you go, girls. What have we got here? Let's have a look. Now, these ones are fairly uniform, believe it or not. So, let's have a look. That's one there we can use. Good. And when you transplant these, right, that one's still a bit thin though, I don't like that. Oh, these aren't too bad. The one that you really want to seed out of all of these is this big one here. See that there? That's a beautiful thick stalk on there. Right. So what we'll do is we'll put that in a bit deeper. So what I'm doing here is I'm putting the broccoli in quite deep so that it supports the plant, because one thing that happens too is if you've got a really thin flimsy seedling, as soon as it starts to come up a bit, actually that's a bit silly there, that's too close to the capsicum. I shouldn't do that. Yeah, so once they get too top heavy, they just snap. But you know, if you plant them fairly deep, right, the stalks will come up pretty well. So let's just nope. Righto, chooks, here you go. Got some more for you. There you go. Hey, get into that. Right, so here, this is the outside of the seed bed. See how big and strong these ones are that get all the light? So that's a beauty. Look at the root ball on that, people. Right, and once again, that's just using natural methods, you know, like chicken manure and all that sort of stuff, right? And the other thing is too, okay, if you're going to put your hand in ground that's got raw fish in it, don't do that if you've got cuts on your fingers, because you get an infection, okay? And make sure that you don't touch your face afterwards, all right? I mean, these are two of our best seedlings right there. Look at that. I mean, they're nearly fully grown. Anyway, the only problem is, right, when you've got big, beautiful seedlings like this, these are the first ones that the bugs try and hit, you know. Always take the weeds out when you first transplant everything. Right, and hopefully that flippin' bin chicken stays away, you know. They're all fairly uniform, which is a bit of a shock. Let's have a look at these. Yeah, we got one here which looks good. Right, so time to get the highly scientific transplanter out, which is this pole, right? We've had a few like bugs on this one, but that'll be alright, it'll come back. When these start filling out, right, they'll come up pretty good. Now we've got rain due today, right, so when the rain hits, it's going to water these in quite nicely. There we go. Nice big one. Great. Let's grab that sucker there. Ugh, that's a stinky old muley. Oh dear. Now, has anybody got any questions? Chickens don't know what's hit them today. They got all these greens. There you go, girls. Right, 3, 5, 8, 11, 12, 15. So we'll do another 2 rows here. That's the broccoli done. Right. Oh, someone's had an accident in the wet, as always happens in the wet. There we go. Let me just see. Oh, I've got a heap more plants down there. Let's just take all the best ones. So this process of natural selection, people, with all the bigger, healthier plants, it might not sort of like click now, but eventually what'll happen is over time. Mate, I just use a synthetic pyrethrum that's approved by all the organic mobs, Swampy. I'll have to go and get some. I haven't used some for a while. The other thing is too, I make my own pesticide out of chili, garlic. I haven't got any fennel and that sort of stuff, so I'm a bit behind the 8 ball. But you don't want to use anything that's nasty, mate, because remember, everything that you put in a garden bed ends up inside you, Swampy. So, you know, you've just got to be really careful of that, bud. Always replace the soil that you take out of the seed bed, people, because the last thing you want it to do is change the levels in your seed bed. I've got some garlic here that I want to grow for seed. That's why it's in the seed bed, right? So, okay, what have we got here? Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Right. Rightio. So, what I'm going to do now is, right, I've got a few sort of plants left over as backup. These ones here, what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to just leave a little patch, right? I'll filter out the thinner ones, and then that way what that'll do is that'll allow the bigger, healthier ones to come through. We'll just wait a week or two to see what comes up out of the ground. Right, we'll take them out. So once again, people, when you've got chickens, you're not wasting anything, right? Because this is going to turn into eggs and fertilizer, remember? So let me just bring this down here. So you're not wasting anything. There you go, girls. Get some broccoli into you. And the other thing as well, right, with brassicas, when it comes to your chickens and that sort of stuff, they're a bit of a superfood. They've got all the antioxidants. They've got all the good stuff in them that we eat, but it also benefits your chickens as well, see? And now that we've done this, right, what we can do now is we can seed out the garden. Yeah, don't use the nasty stuff, bud. Right, just use synthetic pyrethrum. The other thing is too, Swampy, what we're going to do at some stage this summer is I'm going to put 2 poles up. And with the 2 poles, I'm going to put a string between them. Yellow is a colour that insects are attracted to. And what you do is you just put up some yellow material and clip it on the bottom and put a weight in it, and then what you do is you just put your synthetic pyrethrum on the yellow material. The chickens will land, the insects will land on the yellow material, and then they'll just die, because you think about it, most of your flowers are yellow, aren't they? And that's what they're attracted to. They just think it's a big flower, you know. Right, so here we go, people. Right, these are magnificent. See these seedlings here? They're like nearly, there's no such thing as perfect, but see this one with the huge root ball and the nice thick stem? Right, that's, you can't ask for better than that. You couldn't buy these at a hardware store. You'll never ever get in a nursery, right? And most nurseries sell to hardware stores now. You'll never ever get really top-notch seedlings like this, right? In those places. Because what we're doing here is we're seeding these into virtually the same soil that these are going to grow in. Now see how I've planted these really close together? Right, when you plant them really close together like that, everything joins up. So what we're going to have is, notice how I took out that one there. We're going to have a shape of broccoli and red cauliflower around these chilies, and they're going to suppress all the weeds, okay? Now I need 4 more. What do we got here? Let's have a look. As per usual, I put in enough seedlings for an army, you know. But like I said, I'm going to leave some down there just as backups. Right. And look, a lot of these seedlings, right, have got a little like curve on the bottom of them. When you plant it, right, plant it so that the stem's upright. Don't worry about the curve, that'll sort itself out. Right. Yeah, not so much green from my experience, Ads. It's more yellow because, you know, it just, like I said, that's the type of flower colour that they're used to going for. All right, so 3 more really nice seedlings to go in from the broccoli. Right, and you got to remember too, people, over time, right, oh, that's a rotten fish carcass anyway. Flippin' bin chickens, they're disgusting birds. I didn't realise they were just nasty. Right, whew, that stinks. Alright, so now what we're going to do is, and all this stuff here, see how it's long and spindly and all that sort of stuff, that's just going to the chooks, watch. I hope that's not caterpillars or eelworms, because they'll chew everything. Okay. Right, so now we've got 4, 7, 11, 14, 18, 21 red cabbage. So I'll just go and get those. I'll be back in a second. Now you've got to remember, people, through the winter and that sort of stuff, when we've got all this stuff growing, in September, you know, a lot of this stuff is like $5 or $6 a head. So every 20 plants, you're saving yourselves $100, you know. I mean, Obviously it's going to cost you time and everything, but we've got that, you know. Right. Okay, let's have a look at this cabbage now. Beautiful. Oh, tell you what, people, I've fluked it. The old cabbage seedlings are better than the others. So we got 2, 3 there. These are good. Okay, because what happens is, right, if you don't have enough organic matter in your soil, okay, cabbage don't grow very well. And last year when we sort of first came here and we're trying to get everything established, that was the problem that we had, right? But just going to weed all the weeds out from around the plants. And then once we started getting a bit of organic matter into the soil, right, it started to really sort of, you know, improve the overall health of the seedlings, because we didn't have anything as good as this last year. In fact, I would say last year our seedlings were quite poor, right? But this year, with all the extra nutrients and that from the chook bin, and notice how the chickens have gone quiet. That's because they're content, right? I should have really planted out those seedlings sooner, but with work commitments I didn't get a chance to. Alright, what have we got here? That's a good batch as well. Excellent. Oh, you big beautiful garlic, look at you, hey? Well done. Well done. Had to dig you out a little bit, but we found you, didn't we? Hey? Yes. Good work. That's a small one. These are really good. Very, very good. Really happy with the red cabbage, fam. Oh, these are exceptionally good. Yeah. Let's go in here and rip a bit of this out. Okay, nicely done. I can't leave you guys here. You lot are magnificent seedlings. Look at the size of that bugger. Wow, okay. We'll just leave them, I think. Yeah, let's just leave them. Oh, sorry. You'll come back. Right. Yeah, really happy with the red cabbage, fam. The other thing is too, we've got to leave a bit of room for the leek, remember? They're just a very slow growing veggie, that one. Right. So. Now. Right. Now. Let's head down here. Oh, that hurt. Right. So. What we got here now, thank you very much to the 24 viewers that we've got on in here. Okay, so this is the last bit that we're going to do. Right. It's probably a bit better, yep. Okay. So, what I'll do is I'll do it from a different angle. Okay, so for those of you that weren't here last year, right, look at that for a beautiful red cabbage seedling. That's lovely. Right. Magnificent. I mean, look at the size of this big bugger. Look at this. Look at that one, people. Look at the size of that. That's already starting to come up really well. Okay, now let's have a look. What do we got here? Very good. We don't have too many weak red cabbage seedlings, people. I mean, look at that. Look at that one there. Beautiful. Beautiful, as my grandmother used to say. Beautiful. Ta-da! Okay, so now what we'll do is, let's just filter through these. So when you've got all the weeds coming up, people, you don't want the weeds in here, especially oxalis and that sort of stuff, right? So we've got two good seedlings there. What we'll do is plonk them in an area that should get a bit of sunlight, like this. Right, that poor avocado hopefully makes a comeback. Now, this has got some of the best seedlings out of the seed bed on it. Right, check that out. Check that out. And half the battle is just getting really nice seedlings into the ground, fam. You know, the other half is keeping all the insects away from them as well, right? But that's part and parcel of why we do it, you know. The good thing about this is too, with the diet, rather than go out and buy the veg as I've had to, because I've had nothing coming out of the garden, okay, we can just walk into the garden, pick it, and eat it, you know. And I hope you're enjoying the stream. I hope you're enjoying the stream today, people. Okay, like I said, we're always usually laid back on this channel. Okay, we don't try and get any hype or anything like that. There we go. So we've just got a few left and we should be good to go. Flipping bin. That is magnificent. And as is that one. One thing a lot of the southern Europeans used to do before they used to plant a garden is they'd put a fire through it, just trying to kill any weeds or you know, insects in the ground. So I'm glad, Swampy. I always do like a little bowl shape underneath the plants just so that it'll trap water and everything, right? Right, there we are. Right, we got 4 more spots to go. And that's our red cabbage for the year as well. Whew. I love eating stuff out of the garden, fam. I don't like buying anything, but like I said, I'm on the let's not be so fat rampage at the moment, so... And plus, gardening's a good way to keep fit. And you've got direct input into your health, you know. That's probably the best one we've had so far. Look at that. Look how thick and strong that seedling is there. That's beautiful. Beauty. Right. Let's chuck that down here. Hello, bud. Yeah, I'm looking forward to eating you. What I might do, though... that's stinky fish or bin chicken poo. Either way, I don't really want to find out. Okay, let's have a look. What have we got there? We got 1, 2, 3. So, no, let's have a look here. Too small. Too small. They should do. There's our first one. Now the one thing I'm going to do, people, is I'm actually going to turn the hose on and just water these in as I did with the other one, because I need to wash any like rotten fish off my hands, because if it goes anywhere near my eyes or my mouth, oh, Don't tell me I did that. Oh no, that should still come through. No, the main one's there, I think. So just give me a minute. Okay. And that's basically it, family. So before the rains have come, we've come in here, okay, and we've got everything in. And the other thing is too, people, one thing that you get from this sort of one thing you get from this is you get a really good sense of satisfaction. Do you know what I mean? And you know, it just allows you to there you go, girls. Just, I don't know, like I always feel really good when I've been gardening. And look, if you want to try and stay healthy, don't smoke at all. Don't vape, right? Worst things for you, right? And, you know, try and limit your alcohol, because they're the big killers, people. A lot of people don't like to recognise it, but I've seen it myself. Alright, so, where's the fifth one? I had a fifth garlic in here somewhere. Can't find it. I found 4. Oh, don't tell me I broke that. Oh, you silly bugger. It's like on the weekend, people. Swampy, did you see the roasting chicken stream? You were in there, I think, from memory. You know, I put in a lime tree in the garden a few years ago, and now it's producing lime, right? At, you know, $3 a lime, you save yourself a lot of money. And they make a nice present too, you know. People love getting fruit and all that sort of stuff. There you go, girls. Right. So what I'm doing here is I'm using the spray nozzle, and I'm getting every single bit of dirt off my hands. And also wash under your nails, people. Right, wash in the wicks of your nails as well. Okay. Right, so before the rains come, what we're going to do is we're just going to water these in. Right, what this does is this removes all the air between the roots, right? And just allows your roots to take a lot quicker. And all you do, just come in, give it a gentle sort of wash around the root ball like this. Right, notice how I'm not using the full pressure. I'm using the lowest pressure. Right. Hey, I missed one, damn it. What am I bloody doing? Oh yeah, the chicken roast was better, mate. Excuse me for a second, like an idiot, I've missed one here. That could be the difference. Rightio, where's this a kabocha? Oh, we'll do this one, I think. Don't hit them with any fertiliser or anything yet, because you'll burn them. The other thing is too, if you've got any dirt around the middle of the crown of the plant, it washes it off, because sometimes that can affect their growth as well. Right. Lovely. Okay, let's just chuck this down here now. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back up here. Right. The first lot have all taken really nicely. We have got some heavy rain due this afternoon, and as long as this washes down around the roots and all the rest of it, okay, that'll hold everything in good stead. I'm hoping that the stuff doesn't go flat from the rain if it's too heavy, you know. Lowy, how are you, bud? Good to see you, mate. It gets like that, doesn't it, Lowy? And as I said to you, I've got this on the lowest flow setting for this wand. Right. So what we'll do is, the full moon is still out and about at night, not as bright. We only needed about 3 days. I should have really done this about 3 days ago, people, but due to work commitments and that. And plus, I had Lowy come down on the weekend, and I had a great time just chilling out, having a few quiet ones. It's nice to have intelligent conversation, you know what I mean? So, I tried to find him a wife, but no dice. Anyway, he's the smart one in that situation. So Gripper, how are you, bud? Just donate to yourself, Loey. That's the best way to go, mate. That way you know where it's coming in from and where it's going, bud. Righto, fam. Good work. There we go. Hey, look at that. Okay, now. Oh. Yeah, these flipping bin chickens, they stomped all over the onion and bastards. Oh, flip. Tell you what, mate, it better hopes that I don't get hold of it, because if I do, I'll pluck it. That was pluck, by the way. Right, so there you go, famo. So this is really good, right? What we've done is we've planted our staple veg, okay? So we've got onions, different onions, beetroot and garlic up the top, red cabbage, broccoli, red cauliflower. We've got some nice chilies there, so this is good. Now I've got the silver beet in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to plant the silver beet down here in between the white flesh nectarine and in between the avocado. And then what that will do is I will turn the soil over, right, and work from there. Now, this is the reason why it's always good to grow heirloom seeds. Now, I had someone ask me, yeah, the only thing I'd like to catch it with, mate, is that. Seriously. Unbelievable. Something's come in and laid its eggs. I need to sort them, otherwise I'm going to have a massive infestation in the garden. Right, okay. Now what we've got here, people, is we've got some seeds that have come up on their own from stuff that we had planted in here in the summer, right? So we had squash, zucchini, sunflower, and all that sort of stuff. Right, that's a marshmallow that can come out. And burpless cucumber and all that sort of thing. I think it'll be a bit cold for them in the winter. So, yeah, we used to have a guy at boxing that we used to call the relocator Swampy. He used to relocate people's noses off their face, innit? So, we also had another one that called Lightning. He wasn't quick, he just couldn't hit the same spot twice. So, you know, and the good thing too is, people, one thing I haven't told you about the wheat is with the wheat, they'll go through and they'll stomp it and they'll eat it down to the yellow. If you cover it up with the cage again, it'll shoot again. I'll show you that. Right. Certainly is, Swampy. Right. Yeah, charging my Fitbit would probably help, I think. Right. So seeing here, okay, where we've let the chickens in, right? Is that a rat? I think it was a rat, fam. Right, now see where we've let the chickens in here, right? Now see how they've just eaten this first clump of the wheat that we put down, that's germinated like this, right? And they've just eaten it down to where it's yellow. Okay, so what I'll do is, and this is the little sort of trick that I had up the sleeve that I didn't tell you. Right, once you let them in there, okay, and they've had their little feed, mate, you know, right, watch out girls, come on, you've got more than enough food there now. Right, what you can do, right, is, because we're not harvesting this wheat, are we? Right, all we're doing is just letting it germinate to provide green feed. So put the cover back on it. Right, and what'll happen is that'll shoot again in here, right? And you've trained them to sort of, you know, you've trained them to sort of eat out of the garden. Okay, so what'll happen is I'll leave that. Next few rains and that sort of stuff, it'll shoot again, beautiful. Right, and that can last like that for months, people. The only time it sort of doesn't last, obviously, is if you leave it off there for any lengthy period of time. Okay, and it doesn't do you any favours, you know. So there you go. Right, and as you can see here, people, right, so all the garlic's germinated along this edge. That's all the beetroot, the onions starting to come through. I need to figure out what this is, I haven't seen that before, right? Then we've got all the beetroot and all the other stuff that's coming through here, okay? And I mean, even with this, this is the seeds from, that's the seeds from the stuff that we had in the garden in the summer, but because the conditions are right and it's sort of like an unseasonably warm winter, okay, it's allowing it to germinate again. So what I'll do is I'm going to let everything take over the next 3 or 4 days, and probably Thursday I'll come out here with the synthetic pyrethrum, right, and I will what do you call it, I will just give it a quick spray. So all the garlic came up really good after we fertilised it, right, and with all the rain. Okay, and this is what our seed bed looks like now, fam. Okay, that's what our seed bed looks like now. So what we've got left here is the silver beet, which we'll transplant out. Okay, that's the leftover red cauliflower. We've got the broccoli there. That's the beautiful big garlic that Mum gave me the seed from that I need to save. Right, and away we go. So very, very happy with how everything's coming along. Right, and you know, it's all good. We're just putting the effort in. While we're here though, let's give everything a little bit of a feed while we're here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is the big tidy ups this week on Thursday, fam. Right, so what I'm going to do is this. A bit there, a bit there, a bit there, a bit there. Right, you don't need much, okay? That, on the other hand, is a tree. Hey, how did I forget about you, little fella? How did I forget about you? Tell you what, let's do this, right? Let's get rid of all this. Okay, now you're a little pot, so you're going to end up being the biggest strawberry of the lot, mate. So, you're just going to need a few little granules, not too much, okay? Righto, people. So, ta-da! There you go. Everything's all good. Everything's planted in the top 2 beds. That one's going to carry over to next year, hopefully there. All we've got left is this one. This should be enough to keep the family going. This should be enough to keep the family going through the spring. And then what I'll do is, so this will all get harvested September. And what I'll do is I'll only eat certain ones, if you know what I mean. Actually, those red cauliflower have already taken. Da-da. So what I'm going to do is just around each of the little red cauliflower, because they've already taken, we're in a better position with this. Right. Highly scientific method, you know. Oh, I should probably weed this. No, actually. There you go. That'll sort you lot out. Now, while we're here, right, let's go over to our pawpaw tree. This thing has gone mental in the last few months, right? And this is how pawpaws grow. See how they're spiraling around the trunk in there? Okay. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to give this a couple of handfuls around the base of the tree. Going to give this a bit as well. Right, and away we go, people. So that's basically the garden taken care of, you know. All the roses that we transplanted last year germinated, which is good. Don't think the rain's too far away. They forecast an inch. So when they forecast that, that's fairly serious, okay? All right. Hey, look, thank you very much for tuning in today. As you can see, with the garden, it takes a while to get it all sorted, but once you've sort of got it going, you know, oops. Once you've got it going, the hardest thing is to get the quality of the soil up to a point that you can just maintain the health and all the sort of organic matter in the soil. Once you've done that, then usually everything grows easier. I mean, the seedlings that we've got this year compared to last year are much better, and the garlic that we're growing this year compared to last year is a lot better. And I mean, we're even sort of wintering over the capsicums, some of the chilies as well, so that's good. So what we'll do is let's just go and have a look at what's going on here. Right. Who are we going to go on? Alright people, we're going to go and raid Codes Rabes, okay? He's a good fella, funny boy. Okay, let's go. / raid Codes Rabes. Alright people, we're going to go and raid someone that's been an absolute champ since they've been in the community. Very funny boy. Okay, so look, thank you very, very much for tuning in. Keep being awesome, and we may get out for a fish this week. If not, it'll be next week. This time of year we're going to do our freshwater fishing. I've got some really quite mind-blowing spots down south that I want to share with everyone. Got to remember, with content creation, it's about sharing an experience, you know, and that's what we're going to do. Bye for now.